Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about books and probably more. Um, I have nothing on my nails because I don't know about you, but if I'm watching somebody's video and their nail polish is chipped, I find that so annoying. It's like, please, we don't want to see that. Every time they show you something or get their hands close to the camera, all I can see is the chipped nail polish. So I took my nail polish off, but did not have the time to put anything back on. And you may see a few sparkles here and there because the top layer that I had on was Maybelline Fast Gel in the shade Silver Sparkler. I found this at Dollar Tree and it's so pretty. I've had it before. This is an old polish from years ago that has since been discontinued, I believe. But yeah, I found it at Dollar Tree. There was only one left on the shelf, so I grabbed it. But this, I like to layer over things. So in my last few videos, I had it over the P2 Minute Mani polish in Quicksilver, which I also found that at Dollar Tree. You never know what you're going to find there, and I like both of these. So nothing on my nails anyway. But today I want to talk about books. So if you watched my last video where I talked about books, then you know that I have been reading the Dune series by Frank Herbert. These are classics. And I'm almost at the end. And there are two bookmarks in here because when I was reading this last night, there was something in there that I said to myself, I need to talk about this. There's a line in here that I'm going to read to you, and this might have a ring of truth to it for you. It might not, but it did for me. One of the reasons why I really like this series is there is so much profound wisdom in here. Now, in this book, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth book in the series, God, Emperor of Doom. So in this book, it's mainly Leto, which is one of the main characters in the series. He declares himself God, Emperor of Doom. And if somebody can live for thousands of years, to a mortal human being, that would be a god, right? Somebody that can live thousands of years, but he's really not a god. He is going to die, and I have a funny feeling that it's going to be soon because the book is almost over. But that's not a spoiler because I have no idea. I'm just guessing. But anyways, in the course of this series, starting with the first book, I wish I had used a highlighter pen and highlighted different passages as I went through these books because there is so much infinite wisdom in here. And let me give you an example. I'm just going to read you a few lines and then talk about what it means to me. How can that be, Lord, when you're fish? What are you saying? Each of us comes into being knowing who he is and what he is supposed to do. Small children know, Leto said. It's only after adults have confused them that children hide this knowledge even from themselves. Okay, now what that means to me is when you are a child, you know certain things and you have certain realizations about the world and the way you see things. And it is only when an adult tells you differently that you question your own beliefs or you change your opinion about something. And this is what people do. Parents do it to their children, schools do it to their students. It's wrong, but it's just how the world works. But what we can do as adults is remember this and know this, that no one can tell you how you feel about anything. Okay, we all have our own belief system, and just because yours doesn't coincide with somebody else's does not make it wrong. And we all need to remember this because it's crucial and so important to who we are. And yeah, these books are amazing, you guys. there's little bits of wisdom sprinkled throughout all the books in this series. I When I originally found out about what this book was going to be about, I was like, "Oh, I don't know. The concept of this is so crazy and so out there that I don't know if I want to continue with the series." But I'm so glad I did because there's so much wisdom in here. So I've already bought the next one, which is called Heretics of Dune. And then I actually found the last book in the series at like a library book sale. So I have every book in the series now, all lined up, ready to go. As soon as I finish this one, I'm going to jump right into book number 5. But I'm really tempted when I finish to just start over again with a highlighter pen, and then I can go back and just look for any highlighted passages in the books and reread them, because you forget. I even posted some things on Twitter. I put like quotes from the books about things that were so important. And we forget because we're constantly being bombarded with people trying to tell us what to do. And yeah, don't my message that I want to give today is don't let anybody tell you what to do or how to feel about anything. You have to be true to yourself and who you are. And because if you live your life for other people or live your life by other people's ideals, then you're going to be a very unhappy person. So yeah, be true to you. It's going to affect, everyone has big decisions that they need to make in life. And I'm not saying that I've always made the best decisions. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. But that's how we learn. And isn't that what life is all about? Is just a series of lessons and learning as we go along. That's what makes us human. Okay, so that's all I have to say about this series for today. So let's move on to the next thing. The next thing I want to talk about is streaming. What am I streaming? I am streaming The Vampire Diaries, and I have Peacock streaming service. I actually have it for free because I've been a Comcast customer for so many years that I can get that for free. And so I'm streaming Vampire Diaries, and wow, am I late to the party with that show, but it's so good. And are you team Stefan or is team Damon? I'm definitely team Damon. I think Ian Somerhalder is, ah, yes, what what a what a fine specimen of a man. Oh my God, he is so gorgeous, and I really enjoy his portrayal of Damon. I don't know, people tend to either love him or hate him. I love him. And he's one of those actors, yeah, that you love him or you hate him. I love him. I think it's very interesting to see what they're doing with his character. And I was just reading about this online, how they were saying that when the series first started, they weren't expecting people to respond the way they did to that character. And they said, "Oh, well, we can't have everybody falling in love with the villain. That wouldn't be." So they changed the direction they were going with the characters and made Damon less like a villain and more like a good guy. And then they took Stefan's character and sent him in the opposite direction because he started off as like the hero, and now it looks like they're making him the bad guy. I'm almost finished with season 2. I think, actually, I think I am. I think we might have finished season 2 yesterday. I was able to get my husband to watch this show with me, and I think he likes it, but I don't think he loves it like I do because it's kind of a series that I think would appeal to women more than men because there's a lot of like romantic aspects to it, and um, a lot of the most important characters in the show are women, I think. And so he has been watching it with me, but he like multitasks as he watches it. He's either we have two TVs in our den set up right next to each other because we have two Nintendo Switches, which will lead me to segue to the next topic that I'm going to talk about. And so sometimes he'll just play Animal Crossing on the smaller TV while he's watching Vampire Diaries while I'm streaming that on the big TV. So anyway, yeah, I love the show, and there's 8 seasons of it, so we're going to be watching this for a very, very long time, even if we do binge it. But yeah, if you've seen that show, what did you think? Did you like it? And I hope I'm not going to like it less as the show goes on, because when you watch a show for that many years, sometimes it does that thing where it jumps the shark and it isn't that good anymore. But we shall see, I guess, because I don't plan on abandoning it anytime soon. Because, yeah, like I said, I just finished season 2 and I'm into it. So the next thing I want to talk about is Animal Crossing. So if you've seen these kind of videos that I put up before, then you probably already know that Animal Crossing is, of course, a video game by Nintendo. I have a Nintendo Switch, but it is the only video game that I play because it's relaxing, it's very chill, it's the perfect medicine for the stressful world that we live in. And when I play it, it gets my mind off of anything that's bothering me, and it's just very relaxing. And there's so many aspects to this game. I highly recommend it to anybody who needs something like that in their life. But today I want to talk about something that makes this game so much more fun to play that you might not be doing. And what am I talking about? Amiibo cards. Nintendo Animal Crossing Amiibo cards. You see this book? This book is full of Amiibo cards. What are Amiibo cards? They are a card that you scan with the system. I do it right on like the system itself. I find it scans much better than trying to do it on a controller. And you scan the card. Let me take one out and show you, just to give you an example. I have these in alphabetical order in my book. And then I have sleeves. I bought this heavy-duty binder from Staples, and then I buy the plastic sleeves, and I put these in alphabetical order in the book. And so let me just grab the very first one in the book. So this is an Amiibo card, and they have all different series of Amiibos, and they're not always that easy to find in store. Sometimes they don't have any. Usually Target has something, though, if you just want to get something at the store and you don't want to order it online. But so you scan this in. There's a chip in there, and you scan it into the system in a certain spot. And what you use these for is to bring villagers to the campsite. And this way you have control over who your villagers are on your island, instead of having to just take whatever they give you or what you can find. Because you know how sometimes when you're playing the game, somebody will say they want to leave, and then what people usually do is go villager hunting on mystery islands to try and find a villager that they want. Well, this takes the random element out of the game, and you can actually bring in the villagers that you want. Now, some Amiibo cards are very hard to get. The most difficult series of all to get is what they call Welcome Amiibo, and this was actually a previous version of an Animal Crossing game that it went with. And you'll never see those in Target, and I don't think that Nintendo has ever reissued them. So I have a package of Welcome Amiibo cards on their way to my house right now. Well, on my way to my Amazon locker, I should say. And I'm so excited because, yeah, these are like the most rare villagers. The thing with amiibo cards, though, is you never know what you're going to get. And there's only going to be 3 cards in the package instead of the normal 5. That's just how they come with this particular package, because you can buy amiibo cards from that were issued in other countries, and even though they came from another country, they'll still work as long as you have English as the default setting on your Nintendo Switch. They'll still speak English to you. But I can't wait to see what I'm going to get. So all I know is I'm going to get 3 villagers from the Welcome Amiibo series. I don't know which 3 they're going to be. Yeah, it's always a mystery when you open the package. But that's half the fun, too, is when you get somebody that you really, really want. It's exciting. Now, there are other options when it comes to amiibos. There are websites out there that make fake amiibo cards. Okay, here's an example of one that I bought. This is a Blanche amiibo card, but it isn't a genuine Nintendo one. See how it's just blank on the back? But there's a chip in here, and it works fine because I've used this. And it's a way to get villagers that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise, because this, if you do it this way, you can buy exactly the ones that you want. So rather than just take a chance and buy amiibo cards and not know what you're going to get, if you want specific, I was going to say people, they're not people, they're animals. If you want specific animals and you don't want that random aspect to it, you can do it this way. I will post a link to the website where I buy these fake ones from. I don't actually have that many. Most of the ones I have are real, but I have bought the fake ones occasionally. And I've also bought individual real. I was talking about Welcome Amiibo before. That one I just showed you isn't Welcome Amiibo. But I have bought individual Welcome Amiibo cards and paid like way too much money for them. This is Biddy. She's a fashion designer. That's why I wanted her. She has like clothing all over her house on mannequins and stuff. Very cool. So anyways, yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. So I bought individual real cards. I bought individual fake cards. It's just, there's a lot of choices out there, but it just makes it so much more fun playing the game. I am so guilty of switching out my villagers all the time because I have, you know, a whole book of amiibos. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I believe there are 500 different villagers. And so there are a lot of choices out there. And some villagers are more popular than others. But what appeals to you personally may not be what appeals to somebody else, you know? Like I like different villagers for different reasons, but I'm constantly switching them out. And I used to blow up my island all the time and start over, but I haven't done that lately because I've progressed so far in Happy Home Paradise, which is the add-on game. It's like a game within a game, and it's a separate game that you can buy and add it on to your Animal Crossing game. But if you do that and you blow up your island, you lose all your progress in Happy Home Paradise. So there's a lot of fun aspects to that that I don't want to lose. So that's why I haven't blown up my island in a long time. But yeah, so I know that all of a sudden this video got very random, but if you play Animal Crossing, then you know. If you know what I'm talking about. You'll be able to follow this conversation. But the bottom line is, if you have a Nintendo Switch and you're not playing Animal Crossing, you're missing out. It's the best game ever if you want something relaxing and chill. And I actually bought my Nintendo Switch just so I could play Animal Crossing because it's so much fun. I love it so much. I've been playing it for years. And every once in a while I'll get tired of it, but then if I buy some new amiibo cards, that kind of re-sparks my interest in it. If I can bring some new villagers on. So that is it for today, you guys. And thank you so much for watching. And leave any input that you have about anything that I talked about, you know, books, streaming, video games, whatever. But this is what I do for entertainment when I'm not watching YouTube beauty videos. Speaking of which, I have subscribed to a lot of new people that don't have a lot of subscribers, so I might end up doing a video at some point talking about these channels because, yeah, there's some interesting channels out there that you probably would never come across unless you came across them accidentally like I did. Because, like I said, they're not popular, but yeah, maybe I'll do a video about that sometime. All right, thanks for watching and subscribing. Hit the like button if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.